Hey guys, so today we are going to start talking about derivatives. And for today, we're going to learn the limit definition of derivative. There are several different ways to describe a derivative, but this is the way we're going to do it today. Now, there's a lot of pictures on here. And if we were in class, I would be doing things a little bit differently. I am going to try to make things as simple as I can for you. So basically, what I want to look at is what is a derivative? You are going to learn a lot about this in calc. What is a derivative? So a derivative, if we think of slope, basically slope is the change in y over the change in x. Another way to say slope is the rate of change. So, sorry, I just have to let out my dog here. So a derivative very easily is going to be the instantaneous rate of change at a specific point. So we're going to say the instantaneous rate of change at a point. Okay. Another way we could think about it is it is going to be the slope of the tangent line at a point. At a point. So if we look at this curve right here, we see this tangent line. So here's my tangent line. I would go ahead and I would find the slope at that specific point. And what this will help us out with, this will help us find the velocity at a point. Eventually, we will find the min and the max of functions. And we'll also use this to find increasing and decreasing. Now, if we were in a normal year, that's all the stuff that we would be doing. But since we're not, we're going to be very basic and we're just going to be doing the beginning part of this. But next year for my juniors, this is what you're going to have to look forward to. For seniors, if you take calc in college, you will be learning this stuff too. So now our formal definition, and again, guys, there's so many different ways we can see this, but our formal definition is right here. And this is where our algebra review, we did some algebra review a few weeks ago. This is where this is going to come in and help us. And how we read this, right here. This reads f prime of x. So the function, that's our derivative. This reads y prime. Then another way you could see it is you could see it dy over dx. And then here we have d of dx of f of x. Now for this class, hold on one second. Come on, let's go. Sorry, my dog's coming in. All right, for this class, we're pretty much going to see the first two. My bet is next year you will see it like the third one. Okay, so we're going to use this example, our definition, our formal definition. So this first part says, match the derivative on the left with the function on the right. So what I have to do is I have to think about this formal definition above. So this says I have my function, x squared minus 2x. So So then what they're saying is, they're saying, okay, wherever you see an x, you're going to put in this x plus h to the second power. And then you're going to subtract, if we're looking above, we are going to subtract the function. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract, I'm going to also here put in, I'm going to put in the x plus h. So wherever I see an x, my first step is to put an x plus h in. So I have the quantity of x plus h squared minus 2 times x plus h. Now I'm going to subtract the function. And so I'm going to subtract the function and I'm going to put this over h. Now this is really important. For every step until the very last step, you need to put in as the limit of h approaches 0. So what I have to do is I am going to go ahead and I am going to match the functions on the left with the functions on the right. Now, really what I need to think about is my original function. Remember here, this is how I subtract my original function. So what I need to really look at for this last part, but I have to keep in mind my plus and minuses, I have to look at this last part. So x to the third. So I subtract x to the third. Oh, so let's look on the right. That's going to go with h. Okay. Now my next one, I would subtract out my function. Well, this is saying my function is x cubed plus x. So on the right, if we looked for x cubed plus x, that would be f. All right, same thing with number 3. I'm subtracting out my function. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I'm subtracting out my function, x squared plus 5x minus 3. That is going to go with C. For number 4, I'm going to subtract out my function, x squared plus 1. Okay, again, x squared plus 1, that's going to be B. Now, number 5 is a little tricky. There are no parentheses. So what you have to think about is you actually need to put those parentheses in. So if you were to subtract out, this is minus, this would be x squared plus 6x. And so now I have to look for the function on the right, that's x squared plus 6x. Don't forget to do that. And that would be E. So for this first part, for the first day is you're just matching the functions from the left with the right. All right, guys, that is it for today. Have a great day.